Go follow me over on Twitter for more content. I'm doing a giveaway at 4,000 followers. Thank you. Back on September 14, 2003, the Texas Rangers had their version of a Pride Night at the ballpark, as they invited several LGBTQ plus groups to a game. That didn't sit very well with a large amount of people, to the point that the Rangers haven't had a night like it ever since. Years later, in 2021, a Texas team finally hosted another Pride Night, except it wasn't the Rangers, but rather the Astros down in Houston, and they've continued to have one every June since, along with 28 other teams in baseball. Pride Night has become a normal thing for teams to do now. Every team hosts one for a game in June, which has been deemed Pride Month. Every team except for one, the Texas Rangers. That was until 2022. The Rangers finally participated in the Pride Night last year, celebrating and having a bobblehead night for the late Charlie Pride, a famous country gospel singer who also formerly played minor league baseball and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. So there you have it. All 30 teams officially had a Pride Night. Okay, all joking aside, June is going to come and go without the Rangers hosting an LGBTQ Pride Night, something many find to be problematic. If you're part of the 70% of viewers not subscribed, make sure to hit that button if you enjoy the content. Thank you. It's no secret that the LGBTQ community in Pride Month has become very mainstream and pushed on to everybody. Whether you love it or whether you hate it, that's just what it's become, almost like a trend. In fact, it basically is a trend at this point, in a sense where big corporations like Major League Baseball and its teams feel a lot of pressure to honor people's sexuality and please certain people because they don't want to face any backlash. The Dodgers had to deal with some of that this year, inviting, disinviting, and then re-inviting a controversial LGBTQ group that many find mocks Catholicism. The Dodgers faced backlash from Christians, then the LGBTQ community, and then Christians again when they invited the group back to their Pride Night that just recently took place. Even some of their own players have spoken out against the group, with a name as big as Clayton Kershaw coming out and voicing that he doesn't agree with the group and the Dodgers' decision to honor them, but is happy the team is going to be hosting a Christian family and faith day at the ballpark this season. So the Dodgers clearly panicked and did everything they could to try and please everyone. But in today's world, it's very hard to please everybody, and that's because it's impossible. You can be the nicest person ever, and there will be people out there who hate you. You can cure a disease, and people will complain you didn't do it fast enough. In today's cultural climate, there's just so much going on, and you'll never be beloved by everyone. But what I think is important is to stand for something, and stick with it. Don't be fake, and say what you believe. As for the Texas Rangers, they will have watched every single team other than themselves have a Pride Night at the ballpark this month while they don't have one. Why is that? Well, first there's the obvious reason. It's Texas, a place that tends to be more conservative, and I don't think many people there want to have people's sexuality being promoted everywhere they look, including a baseball field where they want to watch baseball. That's just how it tends to be in Texas. But what are some of the other reasons for it? Well, back in 2020, Rangers COO Neil Liebman spoke to the Dallas Morning News and pointed out the changes made to the organization that he believes go further than simply having a Pride Night, saying, quote, "With respect to Pride Night, we reached out to the Resource Center and said, what can we do internally? We immediately adopted some changes they suggested to be more inclusive in hiring practices. I think that's more meaningful than just saying, okay, we had a Pride Night," end quote. And in a more recent statement made by the team when asked by the LA Times about not having a Pride Night, the Rangers said, quote, "Our commitment is to make everyone feel welcomed and included in Rangers baseball. That means in our ballpark, at every game, and in all we do, for both our fans and our employees. We deliver on that promise across many programs to have a positive impact across our entire community," end quote. The Rangers made sure to also add that they do help support the LGBTQ plus community in various ways, including sponsorship of the NAGAAA Gay Softball World Series last year, as well as the development of an Inclusion and Community Impact Council. The website, the Texas Family Project, recently put out an article in support of the Rangers being the lone team without a Pride Night, saying, quote, "People are tired of having Pride-themed merchandise and branding shoved in their faces by every company, organization, and sports franchise. People just want to watch baseball. To the vast majority of fans, Rangers' decision to buck the trend of celebrating sexuality is a breath of fresh air," end quote. Will the Rangers eventually feel pressured enough to have a Pride Night? Maybe there will be a time when that happens. But that time will not be now, as the organization is sticking by their stance that they can support the LGBTQ community without also promoting it on their field, a field where their team is currently in first place. I really want to hear what you have to say and what you think, so let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.